Hey, welcome back. It's Marinigas here, helping you cook for your sweetie on Valentine's Day. We decided, we asked, and the verdict was in. We're going sweet, savory, and I'm gonna throw in the spicy. So let's get to it. I'm gonna make chicken and waffles. I had a little bit of leftover red chili from the other day. I also have a whole bunch of raspberries. So I'm gonna make red raspberry sauce to go with our chicken and waffles. Our waffles are gonna be buttermilk, and our breading's gonna be buttermilk on our chicken. Let's watch and let's get to this. All right, guys, you know me, I'm a cheap ass, and I always use everything I have in my fridge. So that's what makes you very creative, and that's what makes you fun. So like I said, I got raspberries, I got red chili. Let's make a sauce with it, because this will be so good for the sweet and the savory, and we're gonna throw some spice with the red chili. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this red chili in this little pan with these raspberries in here, and I'm gonna mix it all up, okay? Because I want them to get all the same flavor. I want the chili to get the sweet, and I want the raspberry to get the heat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix them all up. And these raspberries weren't that sweet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to it, okay? You could add brown sugar if you want. You could add anything to sweeten it, right? So I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to it just to see where we're at. I'm gonna put it on the flame. Well, here it's an electric one because I ain't got no flames in this kitchen. But you got it all incorporated. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on the fire and I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and blitz it, okay? All right, guys, now we're gonna make our waffle mix. Like I said, I'm a cheap ass, and sometimes you don't wanna remember all this stuff. You don't wanna have to put all the baking powder and baking flour. So you know what I use all the time is Bisquick. It's like the secret ingredient to everything. You can make cobblers, you can make pancakes. In this case, we're gonna make waffles. So I got the basic Bisquick recipe, except for I'm gonna add one extra egg. It only calls for 2, but I'm gonna add 1 because I feel like egg just makes it a little bit fluffier. It's just my own opinion. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna add 3 eggs. And then we're gonna whisk them up real good, because I like to whisk as I go, because I hate to have the little, extra yolk or the extra little whites running around. But we're gonna go 3 eggs. And then we're gonna do a cup of buttermilk. It calls for milk, but I use buttermilk just because you want a buttermilk waffle, you're gonna put buttermilk in it. Okay? So we got the buttermilk in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and start adding the Bisquick. We're gonna have it. So the reason I'm doing this a little bit earlier while my sauce is making and my fryer is heating up is so that way it's gonna be able to grab a little bit more air. It's gonna be able to kind of like rise a little bit, right? That's like the word I'm trying to use. So then it calls for 2 tablespoons of oil, but I'm just gonna kind of wing it because that's who I am. And I'll end up not spilling it right anyway. So pancake batter is gonna come out. It looks a little bit thick, so with the pancake batter, we're making waffles. I made pancakes last night. I'm gonna add a little bit more buttermilk because it looks a little bit thick for me. Maybe I didn't measure too good, who knows? But you can always add. You can never subtract, so it's always better to add than having to subtract, because if you put too much, then you're gonna have to put more Bisquick in, you're gonna have to put more everything. All right, so we look pretty close, look. We're looking pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this aside, like I said, so I can go in and let it rise a little bit. So when I put it in the waffle maker, they'll be a lot more fluffy, especially with that extra egg. So I'm gonna put this aside for right now, and then we'll get down with some chicken. All right, let's get down with some chicken. So I just got a couple of chicken breasts right now because chicken is out of control, expensive. But instead of having to buy it, like I said, if you just put a little bit of work into it, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Chicken is it's my nemesis. Chicken is not my favorite thing in the world. But I clean it up a lot because sometimes you get a pint of that chicken from Chick-fil-A or somewhere anywhere else you get, you know, and you get like a bite and it's like a hard piece and like your chicken nugget or your chicken and it kind of grosses me out. So that's what that part is that I cut off. So I make sure that I cut off any of the nerves or endings or any of the tendons, okay? And then you can kind of make your own chicken tenders, right? That's technically a tender right there. So what I do, look at this. This is gonna be perfect for you and your sweetie for breakfast, dinner, lunch, whatever you wanna do. Because nobody can deny chicken and waffles, right? And if you clean them up, they're even prettier when you cook them. So, like I said, it's cheaper and it's better to go ahead and cut it yourself, okay? So look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's like a half one. And 7 tenders. So everybody's gonna get about 3 tenders each on top of the waffle, and then the sweets. It's gonna taste perfectly. So right now, I have, to get this mess out of my way, but I have buttermilk and then I have flour. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with it to get everything fired up, okay? All right, guys, we got the chicken cut, we got our waffle batter made, and you know what? This already came to a boil, our sauce. So you know what? Let's blitz it right now while we wait, and then so it can sit down and wait and marry with all the flavors, okay? So I'm just using a hand blender. I always yell right now, huh? I'm just using a hand blender, and we're gonna go ahead and blitz those raspberries right with that red chili, okay? So you can already see the seeds of the raspberries coming through. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and strain it so we can get those raspberry seeds out. Look. Strain and strain because we want those seeds out of here so that way they don't get stuck anything and that your sauce is extra smooth. Because a smooth sauce can change your whole plate. It gives it a little bit of finesse. It gives it a little bit of something, you know, that you just didn't throw something, that you took the time to actually make sure that it was right. And I think your sweetie would be so happy that you took just a second to go ahead and take those out of your sauce. Look at how it's already going. It goes pretty fast. Look at all those seeds that we're not letting go into our sauce. Look at that. That's crazy. Oh, little raspberry seeds. How cute. This is sweetened condensed milk. This is my most favorite flavor in the whole entire world. And throughout these series, you'll probably see me using it in about 100 different ways. But this right here is gonna make it so creamy. And how I know is me and my daughter, we were able to go on to the Guy's Grocery Food Games with Guy Fieri. We went for the family competition. Look how lighter it already got. We went for the competition, me and my daughter, and we actually won one. And we made it with chicken and waffles, but we made a peach sauce because we could only go down certain aisles. So the one aisle I had to get some fruit was from the baby food aisle. And I got peaches, and we put it in New Mexico red chili, and we won that one. So this is a big shout out to her, and we had such a good time, and to Guy Fieri for always caring about us and paying attention to what we're doing and supporting our businesses. So shout out to you. Raspberry red chili sauce for our chicken and waffles. Check that out. Let's taste it. All right, guys, I'm gonna taste this real quick because like I said, these raspberries weren't as sweet as I wanted them. And sometimes your fruit's just not as sweet, but you can still add more raspberries. You could add a little bit of sugar. You could add some more condensed milk because it sweetens it up and it makes it real creamy. So let's give it a taste and let me see where we're at. Yeah, I think we're about right there, but I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar just to make sure I get to the sweetness, because definitely the heat's there. You can taste the raspberries. Our sauce is ready to roll. Let me put this aside and let's fry some chicken. All right, guys, let's fry some chicken. I have just a little tabletop fryer. You could do this in a pan. You can do it in a cast iron pan. You can kind of do it whatever you can fry in, okay? You don't need fancy machinas to do things that are easy. Just don't put a shitload of oil, because if you do, you have a bigger chance to burn yourself. All you need enough oil is just to cover the thing, just to cover whatever you're frying. You don't need very much, okay? So for us to fry the chicken, I got my fryer. It's going at like 375. I got some bluebird flour, because you know what? It just makes the best of everything is bluebird. Then I got some buttermilk, okay? What I'm gonna do is I don't put all kinds of craziness into my dredge, okay? I like flour. And I like just salt, a little bit of garlic. I'm not trying to put nothing crazy, because you know what? When you fry it, it's not gonna come out with all that flavor anyway. It's just gonna give a little bit of something to the chicken, okay? For the inside. So I put a little bit of flour, salt, and garlic, okay? That's it. Nothing crazy. Don't go nuts. You can if you want to, but in your fryer, it's gonna burn also. So like if you use chili flakes, stuff like that, even if you put like chives and stuff like that in your batter, it's gonna burn. And then it's not gonna come out as golden as you want to. And you wanna make sure that this comes out golden, okay? So first thing I do, it goes dry, wet, dry, okay? That's your frying. So you're gonna dredge it in flour. Then you're gonna dredge it in buttermilk, okay? Make sure you get all the excess off of it. And then you're gonna dredge it again in the flour. Like I said, I like using bluebird because bluebird makes the best. And that's what it is. So first one down. And you go ahead and you put it away from you so that you don't burn yourself. Shake it right away. Move it off the bottom of your pan, because you know what? If you don't, it's gonna get stuck. Okay? You can't let it get stuck. If you let it get stuck, it's just gonna ruin the whole thing. You wanna make sure that it's not stuck to the bottom of your pan, the bottom of your fryer, because otherwise it's gonna dirty all your oil, and your oil's gonna get all gross and so many other things. And then that way, when you do it like that too, and everything gets all gross, then all your fried chicken and everything comes out a different color, and it's just not the same, okay? Again, you put it away from yourself, shake your basket or shake your pan, make sure that you're not gonna go ahead and burn yourself, okay? Safety first, all the time, work safe. Make sure, if you have the kids doing this with you, please be very careful. This is very hot and it will burn them. And it will burn you, so cuídate. But all right, so we got 2 pieces in. Those are gonna be our testers, huh? We'll see how it goes. All right, guys, this chicken looks about ready, so I'm gonna pull it out. And we're gonna put it over here on this rack so that it can finish cooking. Because after you pull it out of such hot water, it's gonna keep cooking, so you don't want your chicken to dry out. So we're gonna put it there, let it rest, finish the rest of this chicken, and then we're gonna get down to the waffles, okay? So let me finish this chicken. Waffles are next. All right, guys, let's get into these waffles. We just have a little oyster waffle maker. We don't do nothing crazy or fancy, and you don't have to, like I said. You can go buy a waffle maker for like 15, 20 bucks. You can buy the little ones, the big ones. So it doesn't really matter. So go for it, okay? Make a waffle. So I'm gonna do a little splooge just because I don't want it to stick, because that's gonna mess out. So what I like to do is I like to do the first one, pour everything right in the center, right? You don't need too much. Make sure that you don't go all crazy. So you want to get it about maybe a 1/4 inch from each side, because you don't want to overload your waffle maker, huh? So we're gonna close it until it tells me it's ready. First waffle going. We got our chicken done, we got our sauce done, we got our accompaniments. I got some soft butter. Your sweetie is gonna love you forever and ever if you make her chicken and waffles. All right, guys, let's assemble this amazing dinner or breakfast, our lunch for your sweetie. We have all of our stuff ready. We got our buttermilk. waffles, we got some berries, we got our bomb raspberry red chili sauce for the sweet and the heat. We got our fried chicken. This is gonna be like the one, guys. You might get lucky tonight. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, I like to put butter all over everything because my babe loves butter. And I think butter makes everything better. So I go ahead and put butter all over everything. And then I'm gonna throw the chicken. Well, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Is we're gonna put a little pizzazz, right? We're gonna add a little bit of berries to it. Just because we can. And why not if we can? Like I said, find everything that you have. You can even if your berries are getting like a little bit sad, you can turn them into a jam. You can just kind of blitz them and act like it's a jam. You know who's gonna know it's a sauce, right? You wanna taste the berries. You wanna taste everything. All right, we got everything buttered. I'm gonna throw on some berries just because I can, and it's gonna be good. Cause this is what's gonna make it all romantical for you. And all your sweeties are gonna be happy, whether it be your kids or your chick or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or maybe your mom. Who knows who your Valentine is, but whoever it is, I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna be super duper happy because they're gonna get something they've never had before, okay? So we got our chicken. We're gonna rest it right there just so that it sits there and it looks happy and pretty. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna turn it that way, and then this is the number one part, guys. This is the number part is your sauce, because you need something awesome to dip this chicken in. Always make it pretty, make it stunning every single time. That way you get extra points with your sweetie on Valentine's Day, and maybe you won't have to take out the garbage, or maybe you don't have to clean the yard. Who knows? Hand me that syrup behind you, mija. And if you want to get a little luxurious, we'll throw a little bit of syrup on top. Just to add that extra little bit of sweets, because it's gonna need it to take down the heat of your raspberry red chili. I'm so excited to show you guys this. This looks so fire. I honestly can't wait to eat it myself, and I will call myself honey tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, come see us, come cook with me. Let me know what you think, for reals. Try something fun new at home. Follow us and tell us what you think, and we'll tell you what we think, and we'll have a good time together. Let's bring our community together with food. Happy Valentine's Day to you, your sweetie, your kids, your familia, your dog, your cats, and to everybody else. Don't forget to subscribe to us. I'm Chef Marina, and this is Cooking. Having a good time, having a good day. See you guys later. Hey, look who happened to show up, my sweetie, my very own. I know you smell fried chicken coming out over here, bro. You haven't been here all day and you smell fried chicken. Did you show up?
Yep.
All right, that's my babe. Happy Valentine's, you guys, from videos.
Valentine's Day.
Taste it. Let's see what's up. What do you think, babe?
All right. Oh, wait. I'll come over here.
Make sure you dip the chicken in the sauce.
And that one, you don't want to pour it on top?
Well, I do it. You're a dipper, ma'am.
I am a dipper.
I know.
I'm a dipper.
You're a dipper. You're more, let's put it all on the side so I can dip whatever I want when I want to. No, nomás the sauce. You can get a berry.
I want a berry?
You gotta dip the chicken. I gotta dip the chicken. You're the longest bite taker in the whole entire world.
Well, I don't know how to eat this. There we go. Like that.
You just eat it. Holy shit. Go for it. I'm gonna say that was super good. Yes, it's gonna take her about 20 minutes to freaking chew it all. But Happy Valentine's Day.
It's delicious. Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You need a napkin. I need two. You guys have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day from me and mine to you and yours.